Hey everybody. I'm having a wicked hair day today. Sorry about that. Um I need to actually color my hair. As you can see, the grays are coming in big time. I'm so old. It happens to all of us, doesn't it, eventually? Anyway, I don't like it. I'm not fond of the gray hair idea. Otherwise, I would go totally gray or silver or whatever that color is everybody's using. But I don't like it, so I won't. Thank you for the thumb already. Wow, I just got here. Thank you. Hi, Sweet Wheat. Thanks for the thumb if that was from you, and even if it's not, I appreciate whoever did that. So, I'm going to share some things with you today that are going on in my neck of the woods. So, let's see. I am one day before the hypomania side hits me, so I thought that this is the time to go live before that happens and then give it a rest for a couple weeks. I'll be working a lot, so and running around doing other things after that. So today is the perfect time. Anyway, I did not see the community post for Sweet Week. I'll have to check that out. Sounds interesting. Aw. Hi, LB. You can always reach me on my cell. You know that. And email and whatever. Love you, girl. Thanks for coming in, though. Have a great day at work. I understand. That'll be me shortly, too, with the work. So I just got back from treating myself to KFC because, I don't know, I was wanting chicken for some dumb reason. And the excursion I'm about to tell you all about tomorrow, that's actually also going to be chicken. So I don't know why I wanted chicken, but I did. Anywho, I'm happy to say that with my alternate day fasting plan, I have actually lost 4.3 pounds. I went from 189.1, I think it was, to 185.3. So, yes, I'm pleased. I'm amazed that it happened that quickly. But then again, I'm not because I have really been working hard at it. And by the way, Sweet Wheat, thanks for being a member on my membership. I appreciate you for doing that. Okay. I didn't really see many people on going live right now, so I didn't feel like I'd be kind of usurping anybody's time slot, so to speak. Not that we really worry about that, but I thought now's a good time to go live. Just got done doing some, thank you, some dumbbell exercises. And before that, did I do anything yet? I can't remember. Well, yeah, I went out to eat. That's what I did. And I also had a donut, a Bavarian cream donut, because today is what they call an up day. So it's like an eating day. Now, the way I'm doing fasting, which I figured out works best for me, otherwise I get very hypoglycemic. I eat 500 to 900 calories on one day, and then I eat my regular amount of calories on the next day, which technically is like 1,609 calories, which somebody asked me yesterday, what's with the 9? I don't know. That's just what it came out to on the TDEE, which is your total daily energy expenditure. That's how much I can eat to lose weight, is 1,609 calories. So I don't always come close to that. Sometimes I go over that, but whatever I'm doing is working, so I'm good with that. Now, I know I said I'd be removing a lot of this stuff off the wall, but then I thought about it. Why? This is my budget here. I keep that there so I remember how much I owe everybody. So that's staying. This is my new eating chart up here. You haven't seen this one yet. I literally just made this yesterday. It's very simplified. Sunday, pasta with sauce and or chili. Monday, grilled cheese. Tuesday, Taco Tuesday. Wednesday, pizza. Thursday, meatballs. Friday, fish. And Saturday, soup and sandwiches. And there you go. So I got the whole week's worth planned. Pretty much what I'm sticking to these days anyway. So yeah. Oh, okay, cool. You figured out your headphones. That's neat. I thought maybe you weren't allowed to listen at all. That's why you said that, but cool. Awesome. All right. So, I showed you guys the castle. I started painting it. That's what it looks like so far. I also put some washi tape on the top and around the windows. Make it kind of look more castle-like. Haven't painted that part yet. But as you see, Mavi's up there. snoozing away. I think you can see him. I'll bring you over closer. There he is. Here's your Mav. Yeah, hi, Mavy. Yeah, he likes that, don't you, Mav? And this is the front of it. You can kind of see. We've got it kind of tucked back in the corner with the cat tree, but the cats like it. They come in from outside and they go right through that cat castle. So, oh, I gotcha, LB. That makes sense. Totally. So, what is this thing I wanted to tell you and show you? Okay. So, first of all, tomorrow is a special. Of course, I knew that it would come eventually. Many of you know I'm divorced from my first husband, Roland, and have been divorced for, I think I figured out, like 11 years now. And tomorrow he is marrying Pam, his new lady love, and they have been together for, gosh, 2 years, 3 years, I can't remember, but they're getting married, and I'm going to the wedding, and I'm actually friends with Pam. I didn't know her before he met her, but we clicked immediately because she's just a really sweet, nice person. She's a Baptist, which makes him very happy because, you know, Roland is all into the whole Baptist thing. I have a gift for them. You guys remember me working on this when it first started. And mine's a little different than the actual picture. Here's the picture that I was painting. Of course, they don't paint that for some reason. I don't know why. I think they make you think you're all proud of yourself for painting it. But I finally finished it with my own touches on it, and I wanted to show you guys, for those of you that are interested. That's how mine turned out. I did a little bit of marker on it because I finally got sick of painting the little tiny spaces, and I'm like, you know, let's make it kind of cartoony and give it a little bit of character. So I did. I gave it a little bit of character, and I'm going to give that to them for their wedding present tomorrow. I think they'll like it. Pam likes a lot of artsy type stuff, and she actually sells, is it Mary Kay Cosmetic? Yeah, I think she's a Mary Kay dealer. So she likes a lot of crafty things and sales things and stuff like that. Hold on a minute, my alarm is going off. It's telling me to drink some water, so I'm going to go fill up my little 2-cup jug here. I'll be right back. Oh, I'm going to show you guys. I know I probably showed it to you in the past, but now you can get an up-close personal look at it. This is our water jug right here. It's just a 5-gallon jug or 4-gallon jug. I don't remember how many. It's a 5-gallon actually. I'm going to set this here. I don't know if I can show you and pump at the same time for the jug, but I will do my best to show what I can. So you just pump it like this. Oh, it works. Okay. I just don't want the glass to go flying. That's all. You just got to kind of gauge it. You get used to it after a while and figure out how much to pump to fill it up. Because sometimes it will overflow. And then you just pop that back on so it doesn't squirt water all over your refrigerator. There you go. And that's how we get our water. Our nice, cold, refreshing glasses of water, because I do not drink enough water. I learned to start drinking more water. So how do I feel about my ex-husband getting remarried? Well, you know, my daughter thought that I was upset about it. She thought I was upset because we had a bit of a row, you might say, over some things. But it had nothing to do with that. I said, why would I be upset? I mean, I had my go around with him. Here's what I figure, okay? So back when I got married, I was like 21 years old. I was starting a marriage with a baby, which would have been Carol. She was not even 2, I don't think, when we got married. Or maybe it was when we were dating. I can't remember. We had our go around, and I was a kid. At 21, I was a kid. Pam is an adult. She's like in her 40s or early 50s. Whole different ball game, whole different scenario. It's not like here comes this young person taking over my ex or something like that. It's very different when it's like 11 years later. You're in your 50s, aka me. The ex-husband is in his 50s, and the person he's marrying is in her 40s or 50s. Whole different ballgame. Plus, I like her a lot. She's a super nice person, very, very kind person. I went to their wedding shower. That was fun. It was a couples shower. I told you guys a little bit about it. Um, I walked up to her, we chatted and giggled, and she hugged me. And yeah, we get along fine. I know, isn't that odd? Because that is not the norm in today's world, today's society. Not at all. You have an ex husband, they have a saying, he's an ex for a reason. Well, yes, he is an ex for a reason, but I don't hold grudges. I don't unforgive, anything that happened. It was so long ago. I've lived so much more of life. I've done so many dumb things along the way that he had nothing to do with, that I could more or less blame myself more than him a lot of times. Although I do still feel like he was responsible for a lot of my heartache back then. But that's bygones. It's a long time ago. I asked her this morning what she sees in him and if it was like similar to what I saw in him, and it really was, and is. So I'm happy for her, and I pray to Yahweh God above that he treats her with every bit of respect and love that she deserves, because she's probably one of the kindest people I've ever met in my life. She really is. She's going to be a great stepmom to my grown daughters. I couldn't have picked a better person for him, honestly. Hey, Sue, did you get your poem? I did email it to you. I'm hoping you got it. I am so sorry it took me forever to get that to you. First, I couldn't even find my poems because we moved around so many times, as you know. Wonderful. Hang on a second. This is important. All right. Oh, okay. Yeah. Check and make sure. Hopefully, I have the right email address. So, Matthew got a blood test the other day, and he said that the coloring is going up his arm. And should he be concerned? I said, yes. Take a picture, send it to me, and then we need to go to the ER. So, I will see if he sends me a picture what it looks like, because that's not something to mess with. Speaking of my ex-husband, he once knelt on a rusty nail and almost died because it was a staph infection. He was going to go to sleep one night, and I noticed that the markings were going up his leg into his groin area. And I said, Roland, you have a choice. You can get in the car and let me take you to the hospital. You can drive yourself to the hospital, or I can call the ambulance and you can go to the hospital that way. But either way, you're going to go to the hospital. And good, I'm glad you did. When we got there, the nurse said, you ought to thank God you have the wife you have, because you would have died if you would have waited a little bit longer. He was going to go to sleep and I'll be fine. I'll just sleep on it. She said, oh no, don't you dare. You would have been dead. You wouldn't have even woken up. So I'm glad I got him there. And now I get to celebrate his second wedding with him. So there you go. God has a reason for everything, Does it feel a little awkward watching my ex get married to somebody else? Yeah, way awkward. But because I like her so much and she's just tickled with him and he with her, more power to them. Good. May they have a long and happy, prosperous, loving life together. Honestly, life is short. You don't know how long you're going to have somebody for, so why begrudge them happiness? Unless they're just an absolute horrid person. That'd be a whole different story. But honestly, he doesn't go around harming people, so I'm cool with it. Yes, we're doing very well. Thank you, Sue. I don't know if you heard that Teddy passed away, sadly. We watched it happen, and it was absolutely dreadful, and I pray I never have to go through that again. I actually laid hands on him and prayed over him, and I said, it's okay, Ted. You don't have to suffer anymore. It's okay. And he literally just stopped breathing just like that. So I was so sad, though. I'm still sad. Every time I walk out the door, I talk to him where we buried him, and I say, Ted, I miss you. Rest in peace. So, yeah, it's hard. It's very sad when you lose a pet. I think it's worse than losing a person sometimes, depending how close you were to the pet. And Ted was very much a part of our lives, you know. Hey, Mommy Mars. Thank God it's Friday. I hear you there. I honestly, like I said yesterday, my husband's writing me. He's out and about again, and I might have to go and pick him up. Yes, family, exactly. Um, so what was I saying? Darn it. Ugh, I hate when I lose my train of thought. No, it was nothing on there that I can jog my memory with. I know it's talking about the staph infection, but I don't remember. Oh, Teddy. I was talking about Teddy. Um, yeah, I don't remember now, but it was very sad. It was very hard. It's still very hard. It's not the same not having Teddy around, you know. And I'm the one that feeds all the cats in the morning and at night, and sometimes in the afternoon. So I'll call all the cats, and it's really hard not seeing him come trotting in for his food. And yeah, it's awful. I don't like it. Anyway, so now we have 5 cats. We have Momo, Michi, Maverick, Neo, and Bobo. It was very much his time to go. He was like 16 years old, 17, and he was not a well cat. With the diabetes, it was really hard. He wasn't on insulin because insulin, as somebody told me, insulin isn't a guarantee that. I think it was Spoofer said her cat was on insulin for years and still died. So the vet just basically said treat it dietary, and if he got worse, we would put him on insulin. But hi, Spoof. Um, and I did the best I could for him. We had him on special food, and he was doing really well. And then he just started declining from there, getting very thin one day, and he was panting when he passed away. He was like going like that, and it was sad. I just, ugh, it was very sad. I've never seen Teddy like that before, and that was hard. You're in and out of chat. Okay, no problem. I've seen you around, Spoof. I pop in and out of rooms too. Yeah, I did do the best I could. So, um, he's wrapped in my bathrobe. That was his favorite bathrobe. You might remember the blue furry one. And then Matthew took his favorite toolbox and laid him to rest in the toolbox like a little casket, and we buried him. It was sad though. Oh wow. Yeah, and I mean, if you study about insulin, insulin actually, in my opinion, can make the diabetes worse than it was because you're basically taxing your body and trying to get it to move faster than it needs to process things. Not talking about type 1 diabetics, I'm talking about type 2. So it's possible the insulin sped, or not the insulin, but the insulin could have made things worse. You never know. It depends, and everybody's body's different. Every animal's body is different as well. So you just never know. That's just a chance you take. Unfortunately, when you love something or someone, you eventually have to let go of that something or someone. So, yeah. Aw. Who is QE2? I don't know who that is. Is that Queen Elizabeth, maybe the second? Wanted her corgi's ashes. Okay, I think I got it. I deducted that in my own head. So, yeah. Anyway, I woke up this morning and I ran an errand for somebody and I treated myself to a little food. Oh, I was going to tell you, I couldn't even finish my chicken this morning. I literally had like maybe a small chicken breast, and I had an order of French fries, just a regular small, I guess they call it a regular order. I had that, and I had that donut I told you about. And I'm full. I'm like, oh, I can't eat another thing. The only thing I am probably going to do is make some chicken soup with vegetables today with the rest of the chicken I brought home because I couldn't eat it. Oh, I did have a drumstick too. I ate that. Um, so yeah, I did all that and got this soup, the chicken into the soup bowl. I'm going to throw some veggies in there with it and make some soup for tomorrow because tomorrow is Shabbat. And even though I will be at the wedding at 2:00, I'll have some soup for another day all made up and I won't have to deal with it. So that'll be good. And tomorrow's technically a fasting day, but I'm going to a wedding, y'all. So I'm going to be eating my calories worth at the wedding. That'll be my, OMAD, 1 meal a day type thing I do on my alternate fasting day. But I don't plan on blowing my whole progress that I've done so far. Okay, sleep well. Yeah, definitely email me. Let me know what you think. I wrote that a long time ago after getting dumped by the narcissist. So, the pastor's daughter. That's what inspired that poem. And I thought, well, this is kind of what started my whole channel. So maybe she would like that poem. You kind of hear my heart in it, I think. But sleep well, sweet dreams. Thanks for stopping in. Appreciate you. Anywho, yeah, so we were talking about my ex-husband getting married tomorrow. And like I said, I'm very happy for them. I talked to Amber yesterday, and it's a reason to celebrate. Everybody's excited that we're having a party and a dinner and a celebration and uniting them as one and all that stuff, So we're excited. I'm going to be wearing my peach colored dress with my peach print scarf. That's what I'll be wearing tomorrow. I haven't decided whether I'm going to wear my cowboy boots or my gray shoes that I have that will also go well with it. Just depends. I haven't figured that out yet. It depends also how cold it is, because if it's cold out tomorrow, I'm wearing the boots because I'll be having socks on. I'm not going to freeze my feet off. So that'll be the plan for tomorrow. Let's see. Valiant Woman group is going well. No, and actually they're not in the wedding party, but they're dressing up for pictures. The people in the wedding party are Pam's friends and church people that she knows, which, okay, it's her choice. I met her maid of honor. She's a very nice lady. I met lots of people from her church at the shower, so they're all very nice Baptist people. She's Baptist, so, which, like I said, Roland is thrilled because Roland is pretty much Baptist, which is why we fought all the time. When it came to spiritual things, we did not see eye to eye. We still don't see eye to eye. So he's got his dream come true, Baptist wife, wife to be, soon to be wife, and I'm happy for him. Good. I will never be that. I'm never going to be Baptist. Not saying I don't agree with or believe a lot of the things they believe, but I will never be conservative. That's not me. I'm a charismatic through and through, and that's it. Just how it is. So I did see Amber's dress. It's super pretty. It's yellow chiffon. I think it has like lace around the bodice, and then it's just straight light yellow chiffon. Well, they basically believe in salvation, but then they believe you must be baptized in order to say that you're saved, if we're talking about Orthodox Baptists. And I'm not really sure. Hers is like I think it's a Free Will Baptist church. Or, no, it's a First Baptist church. I don't know the difference between all of them. I just know I'm not conservative and could never be what Roland wanted as far as spiritually. We used to argue and fight all the time about beliefs, constantly. And then people in my church, which was a charismatic church, would say, oh, just go home and pray for him and submit to him. He'll come around. Yeah, he came around all right. Came around right 11 years later marrying a Baptist. So thanks, y'all. Thanks for telling me to keep on praying. It did a whole heap of good. Oh, Southern Baptist is fun. I was a Southern Baptist for a while. Back when I lived in Gowanda, New York, with my first ex. His friend Anna, who I named my one daughter after, and I used to go to a Southern Baptist church. Spencer Brown was the name of the Baptist minister, Southern Baptist minister. He had a son named Webb. His name was William. They called him Webb. And I can't remember what the girl's name was, but the wife's name was Connie Brown. And they used to own a store where they would make colored flavored popcorn. And they had little crafts and stuff. And my ex-husband and I used to put our wood crafts in their little shop. And people would buy the wood crafts. So that was pretty cool. But I loved that church, Southern Baptist Church. Very upbeat, very excitable. Yes, kind of fire and brimstone, but also very fun, if that even makes sense. I mean, they do believe the whole, if you don't accept Jesus and get saved, you're going to hell. They do believe that. But they also have very upbeat music and very positive outlooks on life, most of them that I've met. Southern Baptists, I mean. So yeah, that was a little bit different than just your typical Orthodox Baptist. Just like there's Orthodox Jews and then there's Messianic Jews, which Orthodox people don't like us because they don't feel we are true Jews. However, I got one over on them because I'm actually by nationality a Jew. So yes, I am a true Jew. Anyhow, yeah, and by the way, it is Sukkot week. What that means is it is the Feast of Tabernacles. This is the time that the Jewish people will build a tent, usually outside some kind of a covering, and they decorate it with fruit and nature things. And it's to basically commemorate when the Israelites were traveling. I think it has to do with the Red Sea, but I'm not sure. I haven't read up on it in a while. But it's basically his protection and his covering over them. And I have not gone all out or really done much for Sukkot this year. I figure my shelter is right over my head. I don't think you get a whole lot more rudimentary than what I'm living in right now. So I decided to just let this be my little shelter here. And I haven't really done much with Sukkot. And I'm okay with that. The Feast of Tabernacles, we'll hit it next year. You know, I'm not Orthodox anyway, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I know that he protects me, and I know that there have been times I've had to travel with very little. I had a time in life where I lived in my car on the weekends. So I do understand what it is to really rely on God, Yahweh, fully and not know what you're doing next, because I've lived that life. So I have all respect and appreciation for anybody that has to go through that sort of thing. So, anywho, that is it on that. Let's see, what else was I going to talk to y'all about? Anybody got any questions or been wondering anything about me or my situation or where have you been, Dee Dee? That sort of thing. Oh, I know what I can tell you while you're thinking about any questions or things you want to talk about. So YouTube has now given us a handle. It's called a handle. Kind of creeped me out when I heard the word handle, but I knew what they meant. Like kind of a little logo name that you can go by, that when people want to find your channel, they just look up that name and they find you. So mine is Dee Dee's Life Happenings. That is my handle. Or Dee Dee's Life Happenings at youtube.com, I think. I don't know. Anyways, that's what I chose. I started out as Delusion Dispeller, and then I went from that to DD, and then D, and then Life Happenings, and I'm sure I had other names in between there. Who knows? But since the thing that most epitomizes me, I guess. Oh, that's cool. They gave you a community tab. Awesome. And you can talk to all your friends on your community page. Basically, Dee Dee's Life Happenings. Well, I'm Dee Dee, obviously. But Life Happenings, that's pretty much all I talk about on my channel anymore, is what's going on in my life, what's happening. So I thought it was fitting. And that way I'm not really held to any certain topic to talk about. I can talk about the cats, or I can talk about my dieting. I can talk about, like I said, my ex-husband's wedding tomorrow, whatever I want to talk about. So it'll be fun though. I think it'll be a good time. Amber's a little worried that there's going to be so many mixed situations there that we might get on each other's nerves. I won't go into detail with that, but there's been marriages, divorces, pending situations, and then of course it's my ex-husband marrying somebody new, and yeah, I'm not planning on causing any trouble at all. I'm just planning on going and having a good time and eating and celebrating with Pam and, you know, blessing them and hoping they have a really good life together. Yeah, I think Mommy Mars and Sweet Wheat, I think YouTube has changed that now. I think they changed it to not needing so many subs to have it. I think I read something about that. Don't mark my words on that, but YouTube is making some changes. And I'm not sure what all they are, but I've been kind of catching things in passing. Every once in a while, I'll get stuff in email from YouTube about this is what we're doing now. And, so like I said, don't mark my words on it. Oh, I wanted to tell you guys about a channel. Some of you have watched me talk about the 12 Tribes cult. And yes, it is a cult, and I'm not the only one that thinks so anymore. Um, yeah, I don't know, Spoof. I'm not sure about that. I guess you'd have to look up the information and find that out. I don't know. Anyway, the 12 Tribes cult, there's a lady that was part of it for 8 years. Her name online on YouTube is Jilly Beans. And I'm going to promote her channel right now. Jilly Beans. This is how it's spelled. She's on YouTube. Check her out. But I'm going to warn you right now. She has what's called a 360. Is it a 4D camera, 3D camera? I'm not sure. But when she films stuff, she can pan around like panoramic vision, but she can also bring the camera like way up high. So you see her really tiny, and you see this, the ground looks like this big round ball, like a globe, and she's this little tiny person on it. It freaked my head out to the point where I got vertigo last night. Now, I like her channel. Jilly Beans has a really good channel. She talks about what it was like being in the 12 tribes, how hard it was to leave, if it was hard or not. I keep hearing a cat eating. Oh, that's just Neil. And she talks about what it's like to raise her children in more of a free situation, because when she was in 12 tribes, she was basically forced to beat them, although she doesn't call it that. People from 12 tribes call it disciplining your child. But when you're hitting a 6-month-old with a balloon rod for not laying still while you're changing their diaper, to me, that is a beating. That child does not need to be whipped with a balloon rod at 6 months old. No child needs to be whipped, period. But her channel is interesting because she actually lived the life for 8 years. She lived among them. She tells about the good times she had. She tells about some of the things she didn't agree with. My point is, if you do decide to watch it and go and support her channel, which I encourage you to do if you're like interested in exposing cults and things and finding out how people did after they got out of them, just be careful because that camera thing pans all over and gives you all kinds of really weird shots, and it might freak your head out. I don't know. But if you do go and watch it, come back and let me know what you thought of it. Leave me a comment on my community page or something. Tell me if it bothered your eyes and your brain and stuff like it did mine. But also let me know if you think she's got a good channel. And of course, give her a thumb up, like her channel, support her. She's come a long way. Getting out of a cult is not an easy thing. And she literally left with 2 kids and very little of anything else. I think she said she had bunk beds that were given to her or something, but she just was not given much when she left. And then they sent her out actually to go and spend time with her husband that they married her to. She got pregnant again. And then I think she tried to go back to the 12 tribes and they didn't let her, or maybe she did go back and they let her and she left again. I don't know. Anyway, I don't remember the whole story. But yeah, she'd be somebody definitely if you care to go over and check out her channel and give her some love and support. That would be good. Um Yeah, I'm not sure what YouTube is doing lately. They're always changing things and not really giving anybody a clear message of why or how or anything like that. I am going to I'm going to look it up for you, see if I can find anything. If it says like how many people do I have to have a community page? How many subscribers on YouTube to have a community page? Let's see if they say something. Creators with over 500 subscribers have access to community posts. Okay. Did they change that? Apparently, they must have thought you had 500 subscribers. Or you did have 500 subscribers. I don't know. Yeah, I know. I remember Jeff saying something about wanting a community post. He said something about he'd shut up if he could just have a community post, a community page, I mean. Yeah, it's weird. Some of these say 500, some of them say 1,000. How to enable YouTube community tab without 1K subscribers. So there is a way, apparently. Studio setting, channel, advanced settings. Don't make video content for kids. So don't have any video content for kids. Make sure your channel's labeled not for children, apparently. You need to be a public figure, somebody well known in the community. Social media. Oh, apparently, a social media personality is the same as like a politician, a celebrity, a business leader. So if you're a social media person, you are somebody special, apparently, according to this. If you don't fall in the category described in the video, you can also send request feedback. Describe to the YouTube team that will determine. So you're supposed to write to YouTube, apparently, and say, hey, I'd like a community page. What do I need to do for it? So, Jeff, if you're listening, I know you don't like me and you probably believe a lot of lies about me, but I just found out that if you write to YouTube and request a community page or information on how to enable your community tab for your channel, they possibly will give you one. So, there you go. Check it out. Try it if you will. And all the best to you. Yeah, it might have to do with your time on YouTube. I don't know. This says how to enable YouTube community tab on YouTube. Learn how to enable community tab on YouTube without 1K subscribers. You can enable community tab on YouTube with 0 subscribers. Interesting. So there you go. You can do it. According to this. So we'll see. I don't know. Let me know if it works for you. Oh, maybe. I don't know if you interact with other people, if it has to do with that. I don't know. YouTube is an interesting specimen for sure. That is for sure. Oh, so the only other thing I can tell you that's new with me is another church we're going to, and I think I told you this already, but I'll tell you anyway for those that haven't heard. Welcome back, LB. Matthew and I are going to start going to a 2 times a month small group based on one of Gary Smalley's marriage books. So this will be interesting. We'll see how that all goes and works out. Anyway. Well, I'll be what I read. It says 500. So, but then I just also saw that you could do it with 0 subscribers. So I don't know what that all means. Your guess is as good as mine how that all works. Yeah, I thought it was 500. I mean, originally that's what I heard, and now I just read something that says just write to YouTube and tell them you want your page enabled, your tab enabled. So try it, somebody. Write to YouTube and tell them you want your tab enabled. And if you want to know what I was reading, it's from coolstuffblog.com. How to enable YouTube community tab without 1K subscribers. Just type in how to enable YouTube community tab without 1K subscribers and you'll get the same article. You can read it for yourself. Because apparently you can. So maybe anybody that wants a community tab should watch my video and see how to do it. You got to figure out what category you fall into. So, like, if you're a famous person on YouTube, you should be able to get a community page. I guess they consider me like a social media celebrity or whatever. I don't know. But that's what you're supposed to do, is figure out where you fit in and then tell YouTube, hey, I'm on YouTube all the time. I have a channel such and such. Can you please tell me how I can enable my YouTube community tab? And they're supposed to be, if you fit into whatever category they're looking for, they're supposed to enable that for you. So there's that for you. Give it a shot. I mean, the most they can tell you is no, right? Yeah, I don't know, Mommy Mars. I just think you have to have some sort of social media celebrity status, like people watch you and are interested in what you post and that sort of thing, I guess. I don't know. It's a very interesting article, though. Let's see if I can find anything. So first you have to fix some YouTube settings, it says. Let's go to the YouTube Studio, Setting, Channel, Advanced Settings. And in the audience options, if you don't make video content for kids, which falls into YouTube Kids, choose the option, no, set this channel as not made for kids. So make sure your channel says not made for kids, first of all. And then don't upload any content that's for kids. Because if your channel is kids oriented, they are not going to enable your community tab for your channel, most likely. Which makes sense. They don't want kids getting in and reading stuff. So, okay. There's two ways, it says. If you want to have community tab enabled without reaching 1K subs, there's two ways. For the first, you need to be a public figure, like a well-known person in your community, a leader of your student union or university, a singer in a small town, popular politician, social media personality. This can be anything that shows you have a community by yourself. And the community tab will help you enhance your communication with your community. So you have to have a community, number one. So do people watch your channel? Do they enjoy what you post? Do they comment on your posts? You have to have a channel that people actually go to and watch and participate on, is what I'm gathering here. And the second thing is, if you don't fall into the category, you can also send the request feedback. The only important part is how you describe to the YouTube team that will determine your channel community tab. Keep in mind, it's not just a simple feedback request. Your request should be meaningful. If you're not automatically eligible, the only option is to request for the community tab, no matter if you fall into that category as a public figure or a social media person or not. Simple, it's not just a simple feedback request. Your request should be meaningful. So you have to, they give you an example here. Dear YouTube team, greetings. I am a webmaster, software developer, freelancer, teacher. How about a social media promoter of whatever your category is. I'm a whatever your category is that makes you special. You're going to say, Dear YouTube team, greetings. I am blank, whatever that is. I have a small community which is really great at sharing the thought of work or related in whatever category. I heard YouTube community has features such as post, poll, images, GIFs where communities can engage and share that thought. If you could, please enable the community tab for my channel. It'd be really great help since I'm bonded with my community. It would get more people coming to your community, in other words, and to your channel, which of course YouTube likes. And then it says, anticipating your help. Best regards, your name, your YouTube URL, and please update your personal details. So you got to think this through and let YouTube know who you are and why you think this community page would benefit you and what kind of leader you will be. And then describe all that, send it as feedback to YouTube, and request that they enable your tab. So there you go. Okay, hold on a second. I need to take a look at something. Hopefully that helped somebody. That's all I got on that. Spoof. I'm going to hide that comment, but I did get a giggle out of it. I'm not sure they would want to enable your community tab for that. Oh my goodness. I could be wrong. Who knows? Maybe they're into that category. I don't know. But yeah, so, give it a shot. See if it works for you. Let me know. I'd like to know if you're able to get your community page up because of that. Because that'd be cool if they would listen to you and actually give you a chance. If you want a community tab. I don't know. One day it just appeared on my thing. It just was like there. And I'm like, what is this? I had to go in and research and read about it. I didn't even know what it was. So I know you were. Anyway, hopefully that works for somebody and you get your community page going. Yay me. I think I drank like 5 cups of water today. Yeah, no problem, LB. We'll see you later. I'm going to get going too because I'm running out of stuff to say and I don't want to sit here and look silly. Anybody else want to say anything, ask me anything, whatever? Now is your chance. Probably going to go make myself a salad, help flush some of the chicken out of my system. And maybe eat some more of my popcorn if I get really hungry later. But the water seems to be filling me up pretty good today. And the coffee. Yeah, you too, Mommy Mars. Have a great weekend and a great Friday. And, well, great everything. Great Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And, yeah, we'll talk to you guys later. Be blessed. I'll let you know how the wedding goes. I'm sure it'll be fun and a good time tomorrow. And that's about it. The only drawback of the whole thing is I hate the fact that people have weddings like later in the afternoon because then I got to sit and anticipate it all morning. I would rather like wake up and get dressed and go to the wedding and have the reception last all day, and that would be fun. But anyway, it's at a small little Baptist church anyhow, so it's not going to be at like some dance hall or anything exciting like that. I don't know how they'll set it up. I'm sure my daughter Anna is probably planning most of it. Well, all the girls probably are, along with the church people. And should be interesting. So I'll try to get some footage, of course. I'll do some video, take some pictures, that sort of thing. So, in fact, I'm going to go and clear out my camera so I have room on it for that. I will talk to y'all later. Thanks for coming in and hanging out with me for a little bit. And I'll see you on the next live stream. And yeah, shalom. Happy Erev Shabbat, everybody. Happy Sukkot. And remember the Creator today in some small or large way. Be kind to other people, and we'll see you soon. Shalom.